Coming up, Tzi's casual work programs in Malaysia unite residents to work towards a common goal. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Now. Thank you for joining us. Malaysia has been hit with natural disasters of all kinds as of late. On the west coast, severe gusts of wind torn through towns with hard-hit areas, including Kampong Sungai Rusad. After a disaster assessment, consolation cash was handed out through 30 of the most affected families in the area. Meanwhile, Tzi's cash reward program continues in the flooded region of Pahang. Here's more.
In Malaysia's Pahang, team of Dr. Yu Guohua joins Tzi volunteers at the scene of the cash for work program to not only help move relief supplies, but also to serve as a medical professional.
Money is problematic. Thank you for coming here to help us.
Seeing them with ailments breaks my heart, but when talking to them, they seem very strong emotionally.
Knowing that many of the local residents are Muslim and have strict food guidelines, at the Cash for Work event in Patong Tengguk, Tzi volunteers sought help from local housewives to help cook the meals.
We didn't bring any of our kitchenware. The pots were borrowed from the nearby mosque. We just brought food.
The food volunteers brought was Tzi's instant rice, which is very useful when there is no electricity or running water.
We're in an area where the electricity has gone out, so we just used cold drinking water to cook the instant rice. They were amazed that we could use cold water to make a meal.
It's very easy to make and simple to make. Even if it is for a lot of people, the result is delicious.
Adding tofu and beans, the instant rice becomes a nutritious meal after a long day of work. In the aftermath of the flood, because of Tzi's loving care, residents here have not only regained their smiles, but are sitting on full stomachs. Meanwhile, severe gusts of wind tore through areas on the west coast of Malaysia at the end of 2014. Among the hardest hit areas was Kampong Sungai Rusad.
Some residents are still living in the village because they couldn't escape to the mosque. They hid within a sturdier part of their home and didn't come out.
Following a disaster survey, Tzi held an aid distribution inside a Chinese elementary school, where 31 families received financial assistance.
I am very thankful to God for sending you to visit and assist us.
With the east coast of Malaysia experiencing the worst flooding in 30 years and the west coast suffering through hurricane-level winds, no matter the nature of the disaster, Tzi volunteers have remained steadfast in helping victims through these tough times.
In the aftermath of the worst floodings in 30 years, volunteers in eastern Malaysia have started cash reward programs to help residents clean up after the flood. In Pahang's Pangdang Tengku and Temerloh, residents are eager to start rebuilding their lives. Thus, the past lines dividing the three major ethnicities of Malaysia have been torn down, but are united under a common goal.
On the streets, cranes are clearing away large debris, while volunteers are clearing away smaller pieces in front of homes.
The residents are filled with confidence despite this difficult situation. I saw a ray of hope at the disaster site today.
In the aftermath of the flooding in eastern Malaysia, Tzi's Cash for Work program has given residents in Temerloh and Padang Tengku a reason to feel confident.
We saw how hard residents had it and thought if we came to help at the casual work sites, then more residents will want to join.
We can't just sit around waiting for others to help us. We need to do something ourselves.
In this moment, the three major ethnic groups of Malaysia have come together as one.
I'm helping others, and others will help me too. I'm not worried about my house, because I know others will help me clean it. I will help others too. This is what it means to work together.
Though we are of different ethnicities, our hearts are united. The situation we're all in is difficult, but we are not spiritually tired, not because we have relief supplies to get us through, but because we're working together through this time. It makes me very happy inside.
Though a natural disaster has struck Malaysia, the citizens of the country are more united than ever.
City volunteers in Malacca and Penang canvassed donations along the streets to help those affected by the worst flooding the country has experienced in 30 years. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.